A door is a simple thing. It opens, it closes. It's one of the first things we learn to use. But what if a door wasn't made to be opened? What if its real purpose was to stay sealed forever? All around the world, there are doors like this. You can find them hidden in ancient temples, buried under shifting sands, or even hiding in plain sight. They guard secrets so deep or legends of curses so terrifying that they've been left untouched for centuries. These aren't just entrances. They're warnings. They're puzzles left by people long ago, and they dare us to ask, are we brave enough, or maybe foolish enough, to find out what's on the other side? Today, we're looking at the stories behind the doors that were never meant to be opened. Doors that could lead to unbelievable treasure, or unleash something we can't even begin to imagine. The haunted portal of room 873. We start not in some dusty ruin, but in a grand historic hotel in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. The Fairmont Banff Springs. It's famous for its breathtaking views, but it's just as famous for its ghost stories. And one of those stories was apparently so frightening, the hotel decided to make a room disappear. The legend revolves around room 873. As the story goes, a family was tragically murdered in the room many years ago. In the decades that followed, guests who stayed there reported all sorts of terrifying things. They claimed to hear horrible screams in the middle of the night. Some saw bloody handprints that would suddenly appear on the bathroom mirror. Others felt an unseen force literally push them out of bed. The tales became so persistent that the hotel decided to take action. But they didn't just lock the door, they erased the room entirely. The door to 873 was removed, and the opening was drywalled over, making it look like just another part of the hallway wall. If you walk down the 8th floor today, you won't find a room 873. While the ghost stories are some of the most popular in Canada, the hotel itself has stated that the space was simply incorporated into an adjoining suite during a renovation. So what's the real story? Was it just a renovation? Or is there a dark energy still trapped behind that wall? The inaccessible shafts of the Great Pyramid. Next, we go from a modern hotel to one of the oldest and most mysterious buildings on the planet. The Great Pyramid of Giza. This monument has held on to its secrets for millennia, but some of the most baffling are hidden deep inside the Queen's chamber. Back in 1872, explorers found two very narrow shafts, only about 8 inches wide, leading up and out from the north and south walls. For more than 100 years, nobody knew what they were for. Then, starting in the 1990s, a series of tiny robots were sent to explore them. After traveling about 200 feet up the southern shaft, a robot named Aputu came up against a small sealed limestone block with 2 copper pins in it. It was an incredible discovery. Nothing like it had ever been found. In 2002, another robot drilled a small hole through that first block, only to find a small, empty space and then another sealed block right behind it. The northern shaft also has a similar blocking stone. So what are they? What's behind that final seal? The truth is, nobody knows for sure. Some Egyptologists believe they were symbolic shafts for the pharaoh's spirit to ascend to the stars. Others wonder if they lead to hidden chambers full of priceless knowledge or artifacts. The ancient Egyptians were masters of hiding things, and these silent, sealed doors are a perfect example of a secret they intended to keep. The lost Incan chamber of Machu Picchu. Let's travel now to the Andes Mountains and the stunning ruins of Machu Picchu. For centuries, this city was lost to the world, and even though it's now a famous archaeological site, it's still giving up new mysteries. In 2010, a French engineer named David Crespi spotted something unusual in a rarely visited part of the city. He saw what looked like a doorway that had been sealed with stone by the Incas themselves. The way it was built suggested it was blocked on purpose, meant to be permanent. Intrigued, Crespi and his team used geophysical instruments to see what might be behind the wall. The scans seemed to show a hidden chamber, a staircase, and even deposits of metal, maybe gold or silver. This sparked a firestorm of speculation. Could this be a royal tomb? Maybe even the lost resting place of the great Inca emperor Pachacutec, who is said to have built Machu Picchu. A discovery like that would be one of the biggest in modern history. But despite the tantalizing possibility, Peruvian authorities have denied all requests to open it. They are worried about damaging the fragile, 500-year-old site. Is it purely for preservation, or is there a reluctance to disturb what could be a sacred royal tomb? For now, the door remains sealed, guarding what could be the greatest secret of the Inca Empire. The gateway to the gods in Peru. Near the shores of Lake Titicaca in Peru, there's a different kind of mysterious door. It's called the Puerta de Hayumarca, or the Gate of the Gods. This isn't a door in a building. It's a giant doorway carved right into the side of a mountain. It has a large, T-shaped outline, with a smaller, door-sized section carved in the middle. It looks exactly like a gateway to nowhere. Of course, local legend says it's much more than that. These stories, which are not supported by archaeological evidence, describe it as a portal between our world and the land of the gods. The most famous tale is about an Incan priest king named Amaru Muru, who was fleeing from Spanish invaders with a sacred golden disc. The legend says he brought the disc to the stone gate, placed it in a special spot, and the rock opened into a tunnel of brilliant blue light. He stepped through the portal and was never seen again. According to the folklore, the smaller door is for mortals to pass through, while the larger T-shaped area is for the gods. To this day, people who live nearby treat the site with awe and a little bit of fear. Some have even reported seeing glowing figures or hearing strange music coming from the rock face. Is it just a fascinating piece of local mythology? Or something more? No one has ever tried to force it open. After all, if the legends are true, you have to wonder what might come out. These stories really make you think, don't they? They hint at secrets and forces that are just outside our view. If you find these mysteries as fascinating as I do, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell, because our final door is the most mysterious of them all. Conclusion. From a possibly haunted hotel room to the sacred tombs of the Andes, from the star shafts of the pharaohs to a vault guarded by serpents, these sealed doors fire up our imagination. They represent the thin line between what we know and what we can only guess at. They are protected by ancient legends, modern laws, and a very understandable fear of what might happen if they were opened. It makes you ask the final question. Are these doors protecting us from what's inside? Or are they protecting what's inside? From us?